Welcome to Bluebird and Watercolor Try. Today we're going to try to paint a bluebird. I've been doing this. I did this the other day and then I did that yesterday. And these are like older. I'm trying to use up this sketchbook because I spilled water on it. So anyway, see this stain here. So I'm just trying to use it up. It's great paper as arches, what do you call it? Cold pressed cotton paper. So we're going to try to do a bluebird. So without being too literal, I'm going to start with the color blue. So we're going to see about doing with some blue areas here. And I never really painted a bluebird, so it's going to be a new experience, and hopefully it's going to come out looking like a bluebird. And I'm leaving these white areas here just because, you know, we don't want to get like a big area of all the same color. So let's see. And let's see. This is cobalt blue, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Trying to get it like centered in the page, so it is not going to be going, the tail it should probably go off the page, but I'll try to go a little lighter here. The eye is going to go there. Shadow there when we get to it anyway. Yeah, let's see. Can anyone see the bluebird taking shape? I can, but you know, that's just because, okay. Yeah, it looks good. And unfortunately, I think the tail is going to go kind of off the page, but well, this just makes the tail a little short. I don't know. I guess we're back to, you know, sketching, and hi, 3 people. Welcome to Let's Paint a Bluebird in watercolor today. So anyway, let's see. And get a sort of a lighter color. It's going to be the belly. And yeah, this, I don't know why that's so dark, right? Let's get a little bit darker right here. So far we just got the one color there, different sort of tonal values, but we gotta start introducing other colors, and it's looking good. Let's just try to make this a little more fade out. Okay, so now let's I guess let's think about we have a branch or something. Or you think see about a little branch? Probably be good to have a background, but you know, I saw a video. I gotta find the guy's name who suggests that you. Let's see. I guess let's have the branch go kind of like this way. Okay, we're gonna put his little foot right here. I don't know. And then I think we can make this lighter because we want this to be kind of fade out, because you know we get the contrast here and that fade out and bleed the eye. Hey, Safuda 4656, thank you. How are you today? Thanks for joining. Wow, 9 people here to paint this Bluebird. How exciting is that? Anyway, that's going to be where the little foot goes. And I'm going to put some gray. Let's see, some gray like here. So, you know, putting in the gray, so I would go the shadow of the beak. Probably be good if I had a smaller brush for this, but you know, who wants to be changing a brush right now, right? Okay, that looks good for the shadow of the beak. I'm definitely gonna get a smaller brush when it's time to do the eyes, that's for sure. All right, let's see about doing some feather thing here. This is like the that's going to be the wing. And I guess here I got a warm gray. I'm going to see if we can just say hi over the other part of the wing. Okay, that looks very crude, but you know, it's a work in progress here. Just wait. It's going to be probably maybe great. Let's see. Okay, that's good. And, you know, that doesn't look that great, but I think we can fix that later. We can get another blue thing here just to say hello on the limit of the wing. And that looks okay. And try to get like a shadow here as the tail falls behind the wing area. And yeah, it's not having this little white thing there. I mean, I don't know if that's good or not, but to break up this big space, you know, with these white areas certainly is, you know, kind of a positive at this point. Let's see about just make this darker. Starting to take shape, looks a little bit like a bird. Thank you for 1 thumbs up, much appreciated. All right, now I'm gonna try and get some kind of golden gray for the chest. Let's see if this is golden gray. I guess the pros usually know what color they're putting on before they put it on, but the wannabes and the amateurs like myself, we can mix up a color we think is going to be good, and then boom, let's see if it really is good. So here, it's coming down here. Okay, well, it's starting to look a little bit like a bird, right? So that's a win right there. if this is really the color we want here, but just gotta lay something down. Get more of a golden reddish. Although we don't want to be in robin redbreast territory here, right? We are doing a bluebird, not a robin redbreast. Okay, let's see, we get something here. Oh yeah, man. Now we're talking. Yeah, it's a good looking color, right? Sort of see if we can make that. I'm just going to go a little more right here. Let's see if we can make that. How about we put a little highlight here for no special reason. Okay. And then let's try to soften this transition area. Okay, it's definitely softer. I want to get kind of a gray brown. So to get gray brown, I got a blue here, I got a brown here. So hopefully that's going to be gray brown, and I want a little more brown. So let's take this brown. There we go. And then maybe a little more blue to say, hey, wait a minute, I'm a gray brown. That's looking good for a gray brown. Okay. I want to put gray brown right here. Good. And see if we can touch this and see if it'll kind of like bleed into okay. I want to remove this brown right there. Yeah, get a cute little highlight. That's a good place for a highlight, right in the face like that. And before this gets too dry, I'm going to try to soften all these lines up here. So I'm just going to paint that with water. And I wish I didn't have the brown on there, but I do. So let's just deal with it, I guess. And see if we can just. So we're just trying to smooth the edges. The eyeball's going to go right there, but just trying to get a smoother transition. I don't know if we're really in the right zone having this. I guess it looks okay. Let's just see if we can get rid of that little thing right there. All right, looking good, I suppose. Good, not great. How's that for a... Okay, how about we just try to take some of this off now. That towel needs to dry out a little. Seems to be soaked with all my mistakes. Hi, thank you for 3 thumbs up. That's fantastic. Sure appreciate. Let's try to, I don't know what color a bluebird's foot is. Anybody want to look that up for me and tell me what color the bluebird's foot is? I'm going to try a green brown. So here I got green. Here I got, this is the gray we just had. I think that's looking pretty much bird foot color, don't you think? I'm going to put a little bit more gray in there. This is called neutral tint, which is a warm gray. The Daniel Smith colors. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, let's see if we can't get a foot here. Is that dry? Pretty dry. I wouldn't want to try this on wet. And it's kind of wet, but you can see it's sort of bleeding around there, but whatever. Okay. don't know if bluebirds have such long toes, but it's too late now. Maybe make them lighter. Wonder if we want to get it, try to get a second foot. Let's see. I don't know if that's good. Okay, well. Let's see if we can lift some of this up. And let's see if we can just come up here. This is looking pretty good. Let's see if we can still get this highlight right there. Okay, we sort of got it. Hi, if you're just joining, we're trying to do a Bluebird. And this is where we're at. And I think we want to connect this right here because and I don't know about that green. Let's get a different color. Like we had that nice gold. I think a gray would be good, but we don't have gray right now. Yeah, maybe add a gray later to say hi. I wear a shadow under the bird's tushy. Okay, I'm gonna see. Get the this brush. I forgot what that is. Use a number 6. I put 2. What do you call it? Treacle brushes on my list for Santa. I put a number 4 and a number 8, and they said you gotta ask for more than that, but whatever. That's all I could think of right then. I have a 12, a 14, and a 10, and I remember the 8 was my favorite brush until I lost it. Okay. If that's dry, it's not really dry. I just see it, just put a blot at it. It looks just as good if it's, you know, that kind of weird highlight. All right, so this is pretty dry, not too dry, not all the way dry. I'm gonna see about fix up this area with some darker tones. And let's try to get a super dark brown. So this is like, this is what they call a Primatech color made up of ground rocks. But anyway, it's very similar to like burnt umber. And so I'm going to try to activate that. I used to have a little spray bottle, but I confess I never used it. See, that's good. And now let's put this brown, which I don't know what that's called, but it's similar to a Van Dyke brown. That's looking good. Okay, a little more of this. This color sort of leans into green, I noticed, but that's fine. Okay, now we're really getting somewhere with this color. Okay, here it goes. I'm gonna try to do this area down here. Get some darks happening. I don't know if this is gonna look good. It should change back to a, you know, a thingy. Okay. That looks okay. I'm gonna try to smooth it, this area here. That's all right. It's looking pretty good. And then get a little more color put up here. I don't know about that, but gotta keep going here, right? This area looks great. Maybe we can do something to make this a little more similar to that area. It looks great. I'm going to try to just soften this and try to bring this in here. And not bad. I think once it's dry, I'm just gonna rub right here water, and then it's all gonna get smoother and more subtle. In fact, I think I'm gonna blot it a little bit right now because it just seems a little intense. Okay, that's better. I guess I try my idea now. Yes, okay, it got very much more subtle. Yes, that's it. Subtle is where it's at, right? Okay, and then let's see about extending our branch down here. This should actually be darker, as if, you know, the shadow of the bird is covering that. So let's see if we can, let's go here and say hi, we're darker because the shadow of the bird is covering us. Oh yeah, man, look at that. And let's try to go under here and just sort of say hello. That's where birds' feet are connecting. And then see about it. I really don't know. I gotta look up how to do Bluebird's feet, because I think I missed a boat right there. All right, then we go here. Make these, give her thick thighs. Okay, that looks good. Connect that. A couple dots there. You know, now it's a little ambiguous. So let's see. So having all these, you know, angles like that is kind of good. Sort of points inward. Same out here. If we go, you know, wider to the edge, hopefully we get this graphic shape, this pointing in here. I'm just going to try to soften that. I think it'd be good to just have one more branch here. Let's just try. Maybe getting carried away. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like a big spider web now. Oh, well. Anyway, not too bad. Probably good if we had little leaves down there, huh? Anyway, time to really get bold here. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to try to do the eyeball. It seems dry enough. And let's see if, I guess we're going to try to get a dark, and let's see what's going on with the eye. Ready? We're trying to do a big dark eye with a reflection in it. Did you know a goat's eye is, the pupil is square? I learned that a couple years ago at the petting zoo. Quite amazing, if you ask me. Okay, now I want to go lighter for this, the top of the lid, just because I think it was too pronounced. It's gonna, okay. Oh, looks pretty good in a weird way. I'm not trying to go, what do you call it? Not knack an anime, but you know, we get the eye too big, and all that is going to look kind of like an anime eye. I'm try to just sort of get a little bit of context for the eye here, okay? I'm going to hit this above the eye with some blue. Let's just see if we can. It's looking good. And now I want this to diffuse. That's not bad. Okay. Let's see if we can just get some dark right here. And a little bit more pronounced right here. All right. And all right, doesn't look bad, right? Looks okay in its own little weird way, right? What is this? Okay. So anyway, I spilled water on this paper, and so, you know, every page has got these terrible stains on it, and that is why I'm using up this paper. A quick review, I did this a couple of days ago, which came out kind of nice, but then I tried a boat, and that didn't come out so good at all. And you know, I got this like a year ago, and that's when I did that onion. And then I tried a pear. The pear is not so great either. And now we're doing a bluebird. So isn't that wonderful? Hi, 4 people came to visit. Thank you very much for dropping by. This is starting to get dry. When that's dry, I want to put in some super darks there. Why don't we hit the beak now? I'm going to just do a little bit of green for the top of the beak just to get a color laid down. Okay, look good. All right. We are really saying hello with the beak. Looking good. We want to get it a lot darker, but you know, right now it's fine. I'm going to see about put some more texture here in the feathers. And I think, you know, just time to do a wash all through here. That looks good. Now, it looks more like a, you know, halfway shiny bird instead of, you know, a puzzle with a bunch of pieces missing. Put some right there. Having a few of these, you know, white areas is good, but I'm going to jump back to the larger brush and try to smooth this out a little bit. I'm putting a kind of like a light color here. This is just to sort of just make this a little less harsh. It's looking pretty good. I guess we could color this, but I'd rather just keep this kind of a highlight. And this we definitely want to get it it's starting to look good. I wonder if we could say it's done. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who came by. It's a good view of the lamp, isn't it? Okay. Appreciate everyone who stopped by, and I'm going to just see about getting a little bit dark right here. Let's see if that could just assist with something. So let's see. Just to, I don't know, get more definition in the head here. And I just try to soften this edge. That's not bad. Come back here a little harsher. Okay, well, that's not too bad, right? Let's see if we can get some more here. And I definitely want to make the beak darker. And as far as a bluebird, we are definitely leaning into that blue, aren't we? Okay. The highlight there, I don't know, I guess it's good to have the highlight there. Trying to pick up some of that paint. Looks kind of weird, but you know, weird in a good way, I guess. Now I'm gonna try to hit that beak, but that's got to be dry for the beak. And I'm just gonna take the darker dark, and let's see if we can't just. I don't know. Uh-oh. That was unwanted. Let's see if we can corral that in. And you know, that's okay, but I think it's a little bit too intense. I'm just gonna do a light blot up. Okay, cool. That's a little better, and it's just, we could maybe get a little bit of that right there. And try to soften the end there. Oh, that's much better, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna try to get a little green right here, just to say hi, we're a little forward. So maybe even hit a little bit right there. Yeah, having a little color in there like that is, and especially a green, could help us to say, you know, there's more to me than a flat looking thing. I'll put a little down here, let's see. Okay, I think we're really close to, you know, fruition. I'll make that a little lighter. Okay, a little more subtle. There, it's definitely getting subtle now, right? And we could do a little bit more contrast right there. I'm gonna just come back and we'll see if we can just. That's good, and right there, it looks like she's smiling even. And just want to fill this in. And really, I wonder if that white pupil should be some color. I think let's just, I'm going to take a very damp brush, see if we can just soften this edge. Okay, good. It would leave that tiny thing right there. And then just going to touch here and just try to make this a little less solid white. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, now we're a little less solid white. Which I don't know if that looks so great. Doesn't really look that good. I'm going to try to remove that gray we just put there. Oh, we took a too intense eye and now we made it into a spaced out looking eye, I guess. Well, gosh darn it. I wonder what will happen if we That's a little better. I'm gonna try to go a little more blue right here. Oh, we're trying to get rid of that. All right, it's a little slightly better. See if we can do a little bit more in the. I guess that's an improvement. Try to get a little highlight right there. Okay, that's a slight highlight. See about right here. Okay. Oh, looks pretty horrible, but it looks decent also. Oh, there's no one here, so I guess I must be done. Okay, well, thanks everybody who came by as we attempted to paint a bluebird in watercolor, and that's what we ended up with. It was a blast, and I'll see everybody next time. Thanks so much.